Welcome back to the deep dive. So if you've been even a little curious about using generative AI, I'm sure you know this feeling.
Oh, yeah.
You open up that chat window, and you're just staring at this huge empty box with a blinking cursor. And there's this little moment of panic.
It's almost universal.
Yeah, like, what am I even supposed to type here? Where do I start?
It's the #1 sticking point, and there's actually a name for it in psychology, blank page paralysis. And it sounds a bit dramatic, I know, but it's very real.
It feels real.
Yeah, well, it's rooted in how our brains handle choice. You'd think more freedom is better, but actually too much freedom, like a totally blank slate, can just, shut down creativity.
That makes so much sense because for many of us, especially if you spent years using computers with, clear menus and forms.
The old file print model.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You knew the path. But when an AI just says, talk to me, it's asking you to do a ton of mental work before you've even started. You have to invent the whole process.
And we really need to say this up front. That hesitation you feel, it's not a weakness. It's a healthy safety instinct.
Okay.
Seriously, the research consistently shows that privacy concerns are a huge barrier for thoughtful adults adopting new tech. You're worried, what if I share too much? Or what if it totally misunderstands me? And those are good questions to ask.
Right. So that's the mission for today's deep dive. We're calling this the blank page cure.
I like that.
We're going to give you a bridge, a set of simple, safe, copy-paste starter prompts to get you from staring at that box to actually having a useful conversation.
Okay, let's build that bridge.
The whole idea behind this cure is a concept called scaffolding. It's like this. Imagine you're starting a big project, say, renovating your kitchen.
Overwhelming.
Totally. And if the contractor just gave you a blank sheet of paper and said, tell me what you want, you just freeze. But if they hand you a form with
Boxes.
Yes, with boxes for budget, timeline, must-have features, suddenly it feels doable. That form, that structure, that's the scaffolding.
That is the perfect analogy. And in education theory, that's exactly what scaffolding is. It's short-term support that helps you tackle something you couldn't quite manage on your own yet. And the key word there is short-term.
It's temporary.
It's temporary. It's meant to get you started from a place of confidence, not, staring into the void.
Okay, but I can hear someone thinking, wait a minute, if I use a template, won't all my emails start sounding robotic and the same? Am I losing my own voice?
That is such an important question. And the answer is no, because the template only structures your input. It doesn't dictate the output. This is where the cognitive science comes in. Our working memory gets overloaded if it has to invent the goal, the structure, the wording, and worry about safety all at once.
Too much.
Way too much. These starter prompts cut that load, so you stop wasting energy inventing the box, and you can just focus on putting your unique knowledge inside the box.
It clears the way for our own experience to come through.
Precisely. And you can always adjust the scaffolding. You can change it, you can move beyond it, but it gets you started today, and that momentum, well, that's everything.
Yeah, just compare it. Ask me anything versus a prompt like, help me draft a polite email to person about topic. The tone should be tone. Here are my key points.
Yep.
Your brain immediately relaxes.
It knows what to do.
It just becomes a fill-in-the-blanks problem.
Which brings us to the tools themselves.
Right. We've put together a starter kit of 5 specific copy-paste prompts. They're designed for the most common friction points we all face.
Okay, let's start with #1, drafting a tricky email. This is for when you have to write a complaint or a refund request or, just a really sensitive note to a colleague.
I already know I need this one.
We all do. The
Okay.
genius of it is that it forces you to separate the facts from the emotion. When we're frustrated, we tend to mash them all together.
Oh, absolutely.
So the prompt has a slot for who it's for, the topic, and then you explicitly state the desired tone, calm, firm, whatever. Then you just list your key facts. The AI handles the emotional labor of wrapping it politely.
That's brilliant. But a quick safety note here.
Yeah.
The data shows that most professionals use AI for a first draft. They always review and edit it themselves before sending,
Absolutely. It's an assistant, not an auto-send button. You're always in control.
which is critical for those tricky emails.
Yeah.
Prompt #2 is for summarizing a long document or PDF. I love this one for those long, dense privacy policy updates or, notices from your bank.
The ones nobody ever reads.
Exactly. You just paste in the text and ask for, say, a 5 to 7 bullet point summary.
But here's the pro move. Don't just ask for a summary. You add 2 things. First, ask it to list any decisions or actions you need to take.
Ah, make it actionable.
Right. And second, tell it to explain it as if you're talking to a friend. That cuts right through the jargon and gives you plain English.
I love that. Okay, prompt number 3. Turning messy notes into a simple checklist. This is like a digital tidying tool. You have scattered notes from a meeting or you're planning a trip.
And it's just a jumble of thoughts on a page.
A total jumble. You paste it all in and ask the AI to group it into 3 to 5 logical sections and then turn those sections into a numbered checklist.
And I always add one more little command at the end. Please add a final item that says, did I forget anything?
Oh, that's smart. Why?
It creates a final, deliberate space for your brain, for your own expertise, to do one last check. It's a great little safety net.
Okay, number 4 is probably my personal favorite. Softening or clarifying existing writing. We've all done this.
Yeah.
You write an email, you read it back, and you think, oof, that sounds a little too sharp.
Or just not like you. Too formal or stiff.
Exactly. So you paste your original text in and ask the AI to rewrite it. But you have to be specific about the goal.
You have to tell it who the new version is for, right?
Yeah, right. Rewrite this for my boss or for my neighbor or for my adult child. The tone needs to be right for the audience. And a great tip is to always ask for 2 alternative versions. It gives you back the power of choice.
Love that. Okay, and the last one, number 5, is for brainstorming ideas when you're stuck. This could be anything: gift ideas, weekend plans, project names.
The classic blank page problem, but for ideas.
Exactly. And the key to making this work is to give the AI your constraints. Don't just say, give me vacation ideas.
Be more specific.
Much more specific. Give it a budget, a time limit, who's going, any accessibility needs. Research shows we hate having too many choices. It's called choice overload. Getting 5 tailored options feels so much better than getting 50 generic ones.
So those 5 prompts, the tricky email, the summary, the checklist, the softener, and the brainstormer, that's your kit. You just copy, paste, fill in the brackets, and you're off.
And your brain is free to do the important work.
Okay, so let's shift gears a bit and tackle this huge myth that's out there, this idea that you have to be some kind of super fast typist or a coder to be good at this.
It's so wrong. The truth is, AI doesn't reward speed. It rewards substance. It rewards context. And this is where decades of your life and work experience become your secret weapon.
So our experience is an asset, not a liability.
It's your single greatest asset. Let's compare 2 ROMs. The fast, generic one is write an email about a project delay. Okay, fine. You'll get a generic email back.
Functional but flat.
Right. Now compare that to the wise prompt. You take an extra 30 seconds to type. You are my assistant. I'm a project manager in healthcare. My client is anxious and detail-oriented. We're delayed by 3 days due to a regulatory review. Draft a short, calm email that proposes 2 solutions.
Wow. Okay, the difference is huge.
It's night and day. That second prompt is packed with your judgment, your understanding of people, your domain expertise. And because of that, the AI's answer will be 10 times better and save you an hour of editing.
Your context is like a quality filter for the AI.
That's exactly what it is. Cognitive science shows that what makes someone an expert is pattern recognition. You see the big picture. So you can look at an AI's output and immediately spot the flaw. You can say, wait, that's not right for this client, or this completely ignores the compliance issue. AI can't do that.
And that leads to this idea of follow-up, right?
Yeah.
We have to get rid of this myth that you're supposed to get the perfect answer on the first try.
Yes, kill the one-shot myth. Real pros know that the magic is in the refinement. The first draft from the AI is just the starting point. Your wisdom shines in how you critique it.
So you just talk to it.
You just have a conversation. If the draft is too formal, you just say, make this shorter and friendlier, or rewrite this for someone who's stressed and has no time. It's that back and forth that turns a basic tool into a real partner.
Okay, since we're talking about partnership, we have to address the big one. Safety, trust, and privacy.
We have to. And look, those concerns are 100% valid. So we tell everyone to start with the postcard test. It's very simple.
The postcard test.
If you wouldn't write a piece of information on a postcard and mail it, like your full name, an account number, a specific medical detail, then don't put it into a public AI tool.
That's a great, simple rule. But what if you need help with something sensitive? How do you get good advice without sharing those details?
You use a technique called data minimization. You blur the details. You say, my bank, instead of the actual bank's name. You use account number as a placeholder. The AI only needs the shape of the problem, the context. It doesn't need the real identifying facts to give you a great structural draft.
And we always have to remember that we own the final product. The AI is an assistant, not a lawyer or a doctor.
It's a very fluent assistant that can sometimes be wrong. You are the final checkpoint. But interestingly, AI can also be used to improve your safety. We're seeing it being used as a second pair of eyes to check a suspicious email for signs of a scam.
So it can strengthen your own instincts.
Exactly. It's another tool in the toolkit.
So to make this all a habit, something you can actually use every day, we suggest a simple 3-step prompt structure. Think of it like you're briefing a junior colleague.
Okay.
Step 1 is set the role. You just tell it what hat to wear. You are my assistant, or you are a copy editor.
You give it a job.
Step 2, describe the situation. That's the who, what, where, and why. The audience, the topic, the constraints.
From context.
And step 3 is define success. Be really clear about what a good answer looks like. Give me 3 options, or the tone must not be defensive, or keep it under 150 words.
Can I add one pro-level habit to that?
Please.
It's the replay check. After you give your 3-step brief, just add, before you start, repeat my request back to me in 3 bullet points.
Oh, I like that. A confirmation step.
It ensures you're both on the same page before it does all the work. It saves so much time and frustration.
So let's bring this all home. What does this really mean for you, the listener?
It means you can stop worrying.
You don't have to be fast. You don't have to feel like you're behind. You just need to start small with 1 or 2 of those templates and build a simple habit. Your judgment, your context. That's your superpower here.
It truly is. Look, the AI will handle the first drafts and the summaries. It'll do the heavy lifting on structure. But it's your experience that will steer the tone, set the priorities, and make the final call. So I want you to really hold on to this thought. Your experience doesn't compete with AI. It completes it.
So pick one of those 5 templates today. Try it on something small, something low stakes, and just notice how that feeling of paralysis starts to fade. And if you're looking for more done-for-you templates and safety tips, you can learn more at radosimpleA.com.